Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu, my dear sister. Firstly, in this case, just a reminder that inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. It seems that much of what you're going through right now is a reflection of the sudden death of your friend in an accident. And naturally, when we experience the death of a loved one, we go through a phase of reflecting on death and our own potential death at some point and how we're going to die, when we're going to die. And sometimes it can become quite obsessive, it can be very intrusive, but we can use it for the benefit of ourselves as well. And this is a common phenomenon for most people. But like the Imam's wife says that you spoke to, it can be thoughts like this are usually from shaitan. As we know from a hadith, that what ifs basically open the door for shaitan. And you're saying that you're wondering what if these feelings that you're having are a sign or a premonition that maybe you're going to die soon. All these thoughts you're having a difficult time not thinking about death, and you're wondering if this is some kind of sign. But remember this hadith that says, what ifs open the door to shaitan. So yes, indeed, it could well be that your thoughts of what if this is a sign is actually from shaitan. And therefore, it can get the better of you, and it can make you forget about Allah and all the important things. So it's really important that you don't let these thoughts get the better of you, and instead, using these thoughts actually as an opportunity to get closer to Allah. Let it be an opportunity to fear death, but in a good way. Fear death for the sake of Allah. Fear death that in the knowledge that when you do die, you will be under Allah's judgment, and therefore use this as a means to better yourself, to better your character, to be more confident that when that time does come, because we do die, we all die, inevitably it will happen, but just to better your character and live a better life can make you feel more confident and more comfortable, that when that time comes, you can know that Allah will judge you more favorably. So therefore you can use this fear that you're having instead as a means to better your life, rather than let it be something that gets on top of you and stops you from getting closer to Allah by having these constant thoughts. But instead, having the constant thoughts of Allah in your mind about trying to please Him, constantly pleasing Him, constantly remembering Him, so that you can have this confidence that you are striving to please Allah all the time, and that He will be pleased for you, and that He will judge you in a more favorable light, rather than simply worrying about all the sins that you might have committed that might have less favorable endings in the sight of Allah. So that's one part of it with regards to the anxieties of death. But you can look at combating anxiety more generally by doing things that are more relaxing. So engage in relaxation activities, do more exercise as well. This releases natural chemicals in the body that can help to regulate your heartbeat and to regulate the hormones and the chemicals within your body to bring a sense of relaxation. Engage in positive things as well. Busy yourself with positive things as well that will help keep your mind in a more positive light, rather than thinking of things more negatively. And then most importantly, remembering that Allah does tell us in the Quran as well that verily hearts do find rest in the remembrance of Allah. So keep busy in prayer. Keep busy making dhikr, saying Bismillah before everything you do. Always keep Allah in mind. And this way as well, this can help to combat any thoughts like what if that you might be having that are potentially coming from shaitan as well. So these are ways that you can help with your anxiety more generally, as well as specifically with relation to your fear of death as well. And then in the last part of your query, you do speak more generally about thinking that you might have some kind of social anxiety as well. So it's really important that if you are going through some intense kinds of anxieties, the fact that you're getting married very soon as well will also be adding to this anxiety. But you really want to try and get a control of it to some extent, at least, before you get married, so that you're able to enjoy your marriage more than if you are experiencing intense anxiety. So it's okay to be a bit shy. In fact, it's quite a modest quality. But social anxiety disorder is where these anxieties then interfere with all aspects of your life. They don't just interfere a little bit, but they interfere very severely. So if you feel like it's something that's interfering more severely with your life, then I would definitely advise that you do seek some kind of professional help for this, because it will require some kind of therapy that can last several weeks or more, depending on the severity. So if you feel like it's something that's interfering with your life more generally and more severely, then please do seek further assistance for that. So may Allah ease the worries that you're going through now, certainly with your fear of death and your feelings that you might have some kind of social anxiety. But do remember to combat anxiety by being relaxed, exercising, doing positive things, and most importantly, always remembering Allah. Instead of fearing death, but remembering Allah more, so that you can feel more confident and more comfortable with your remembrance of Allah. So may Allah make it easy for you, sister, to overcome these anxieties, and may He grant you a happy and prosperous marriage that will bring you happiness in both this life and the next. Ameen.